InShalla and Ashe, we are live. And as always, blessings to you, my energetic beings, and holla. Welcome back to today's Daily Snippet. Today is the Wisdom of Wednesday, and I am your host. I am a practicing holistic Shaw medium, a subtle energetic surgeon, but my intention is to use the powers of the indigenous technologies, our original blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic through the realm of the elementals, the elemental highway, into the imaginal realms, and really so much more. With these subtle energies, elements, elemental beings, with offerings, rituals, and prescriptions to add to your personal container as maintenance, if you will. But my goal is truly to merge the wisdom of these indigenous ways, these technologies, with the subtle realms, the etheric highway, to assist you into navigating your prime directive, your inner genius, reintroducing you to the magical being that I believe resides within each and every one of us. And I call myself a holistic shamedium. My name is Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. So how did you raise the bar on your perspective to manifest yesterday? Any dimensional openings or twists and shifts for you? You may feel as if you are still in those streams. So if so, you may feel today that you are in the process, or your processor, your solar plexus, creating some mental clarity around it, when being mindful of our thought processor, aligning with our spiritual values, social values, legacy value, relationship or partnership values, just values around upcycling our boundaries within ourselves and outside of us, shifting our personal values that we put upon ourselves usually. But our thoughts, leaving the Nellies, the negative Nellies out the door, there's some super juice there. So just having a positive mindset and an attitude, that shifts and raises our value as well. So when our chalice, the queen, our processor, the mind, is in alignment, the queen feels valued within those streams, allowing those algorithms to communicate. They're different streams. They look different. Don't worry about it. So in doing that, we can elevate to our highest potential within our own unique value system. So it's like, are you feeling the charge, the excitement within yourself and your surroundings to create, inspire yourself and others? I feel like a unicorn. It's like reflectorism, right? So if anybody else feels like a unicorn, please comment below and give a little shout out to Candy Rocks or Randy Cox. I know your play on words, and I love that. And you are welcome for sharing that I'm always consistent. I do appreciate that. So some gratitude for you. But why a unicorn, How do you feel inside when you think of a unicorn? I feel happy. I feel joy. I feel sparkly. Feel a little bit of an organic inner buzz. So it's this healing energy fields of those around you. It's using the horn to move peeps into that positive direction in our thoughts and otherwise. Channeling positivity to the village around you. It's like, And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. YouTube, Tanya D, and hit the bell button so you too are notified. And also, if you don't mind, liking the video, sharing, commenting, so that algorithm on YouTube really echoes me out to suggest me to other like-minded musers like yourself in the galactic universe. Super juice there, along with other social channels like TikTok, Instagram, and my Musing with Tanya D podcast. And if you wish to dive deeper, and I truly wish you do, head on over to my Musing Corridor. This is where I have offerings to guide and assist you. I am your Shaw medium assistant. You are your own healer. So my Musing podcast, actually with that, is arriving on the stage Monday, and it's all about ritual. Ritual, part of the rising of the origin. Ritual is a sacred space, a place that we can all go to when we need that space or place, when we're facing difficulty in our lives, adversity. I utilize ritual for my prescriptions with my divinations. So it's like petitioning the beings that are unseen, the other realms, spirit, and really so much more to get us back into the flow. It's medicine for our soul. So we get so full, I guess is what I'm trying to say, so full with man's prescriptions, right? The physical world, and we lose faith in the otherworldly pharmacy, spirit. So maybe we need to be switching those channels. Just a thought there, right? Because we do have a few channels that are open today. We have the Earth Star, we have the Heart's Chalice, and our solar plexus, along with, I feel like there's something else. Oh, our personal stream, our own personal harmonic, our sound system, basically. But it's an attitude of gratitude. So you too may be feeling a spiritual calling, a belief, or a legacy, mind you. And by feeling it, we create it, by the way. When we feel it, we create it, right? It's in the streams. So feelings are the streams that take our memos to the realm of spirit, the other world, source, etc. So you may also be having some streams of fear, being full of fears, full of emotions. Feel the feelings, validating them. That allows us to feel them. They're like an ingredient, right, in our secret sauce. But as we begin to validate them, we give them time, we give them space, and we allow the action to shift our inner world. We then zone into the zone of neutrality, being in neutrality. So breath, of course, take that breath and take that pause. I always like to hold it for a count of 3 and do an exhale. And my motto all year for a full year plus is, we're doing great. So you may learn something new about yourself today. Heart channel style, heart-centric, I should say, style within our heart. So with our solar plexus online, that's our mental clarity. It's yellow and it's cold here in Utah. It's still raining. I don't know what's happening. Actually, I do, but I'm not going to go there yet. But with our solar plexus online, it's a day to literally take out our mind, take it out on a date. That's what I mean. Take your mind out on a date. So occupying our mind's time. So we have no time to overthink any of the things today. Do something that really makes you uncomfortable, feels a little bit shocking to yourself and even those around you. An adventure. Upcycle your environment. Make it spicy. Allow spirit, the intuitive side of our essence, to be the beacon that guides us to that fountain of that spirited juice. It's the yummy juice. It's the unknown. It's the unfamiliar. And it feels like a unicorn. So the queen, the chalice, our heart, may feel a little bit otherworldly thrilled. So say yes, and what else? With those streams of consciousness, taking an attitude to an elevated state of positive thoughts, through the chalice, our mind, it's a peculiar place. So ask yourself today, what do I think I can manifest? Or what do I believe I can manifest? Like, what is my earthly potential of what I can create in this timeline, this incarnation in my day-to-day life today? So if you feel like a unicorn, you too may need to release some thought streams. So go for a walk, chant, ground yourself. And be sure to join me for Rising of the Origins as well. I'll have the link soon here. But there's lots of great insight into the elemental realm. So do things that release that feeling, that pressure of what kind of streams in. Thoughts can be cruel, right? Sometimes they're mean, quite frankly. So today, with all of that, I'm going to go with the Oracle today. It's the place of ritual, medicine, mysticism. It's the other world. It's kind of my playground. And honestly, I just love it, if I can't say so myself. And our first message comes from Lightning. So Lightning is otherworldly, but it's also card 30. So this tells me that we should be initiating possibly some boundaries around what our heart authentically believes in our outer world, or believing and trusting, right? Authentically trusting. Do we have boundaries? That's always an issue. So when you think about lightning, what do you think of? You know, for me, it's the otherworldly electrical discharge. It's brightening up the sky, sending me a memo, striking the earth. It's accompanied usually by the sound of thunder, which is another memo, crackling through the skies, lighting it all up, you know, the conversations of lightning. But it's such a magical, otherworldly phenomenon. It has this positive aspect where the light literally illuminates the earth and also our psyche. It like shakes us to our bones and rattling us a bit to wake up, even possibly electrifying us, right? But there's also this destructive side. You know, a bolt of lightning can burn, start a fire, increase a forest fire. It can kill. It can actually give insight. I'm thinking of that movie, that guy that got hit by lightning and it was all white. That was super cool. But it can if it's too strong, right? So the message here is that life is gifting us with a destiny that is in alignment with our passion, and it's in harmony with all existence on the earth plane, the planet, Mama Earth. So lightning has come to jolt us into accepting and waking up to our personal destiny, our soul's harmonic, allowing this initiation, this medicine, to release what is in the way of us fulfilling our life purpose. It's kind of prophetic in a funny way. Otherwise, we may be bound to a more karmic history, a karmic fate. So this really is a time to be creative, to be daring, innovative, positive, enlightened, to be enlightening, right? The illumination of the lightning. Love that, right? So it's time to be our lightning selves. Super cool. I love it. Saucy, I should say. And following lightning, we have the giveaway, which we've had before. This is message 23. So this is our feelings and our beliefs. It's like what you feel it and you believe it. What do you then think about it? Or are your thoughts in alignment with what your heart believes and also feels? So is there any discrepancy there, any differential parts that aren't moving in synchronicity? Mastering our mind through our feelings and our belief channels. So the giveaway, this is the gift that we offer to life. It's like having a purpose embodied, right? So we do this without any attachment, by the way, without expecting anything back. That is authentic giving, right? However, we can only give what is truly ours to give. It doesn't cost any money either, right? So we can give a note, like a little Post-it note on the computer or a text of encouragement. Give people a hug, an authentic one. Have you ever had a fake hug? I have. It's like, what the hell? I usually hug tighter and was like, no, that's not real. I want the real deal. A kind word, be inspirational to people, right? Lift them up. So this is not giving to others what we no longer want, an article of clothing, say. This is gifting that which is most precious. It's free. It's authentic. It's authentic love of ourselves, authenticity and genuine feelings, heartfelt gratitude. So the giveaway, it's inviting us to create a list or make a list of at least 10 people or things that we are actually authentically grateful for, and connect each one with the feeling, the feeling and the gratitude. And when we do that, we're being asked also to feel the same gratitude without needing or anyone else to actually inspire that. It's the authentic gift of just giving because our heartfelt essence can, with nothing. It's helping out a friend because you can, right? And just sharing the gratitude with those that we need in our everyday reality. So when we offer thanks and open our hearts up, that's when we start to have self-realization of how much life truly has given to us. So we heal our feelings of being in the threads of scarcity, begging, right? We're all beggars, whether we recognize it or not. I'm begging people to watch my show, scarcity, right? But we're healing our feelings of scarcity when we open ourselves to abundance, the supergalactic juice, planting it in the Earth star. We're in the season of Taurus. So this abundance surrounds us every day in our everyday world. We are planting our garden from the cosmic highway, the elemental highway, the messages of the cards even. So it's inviting us to be in the flow as we give freely. And we also receive freely. It's like the give and the take. And some of us have issues with receiving, we're great at giving, but the balance is in the giveaway, right? It has to be balanced. It feels kind of like Libra energy, opening to receive, right? So yeah, super cool there. And then, this is also saucy. We once again have fire. Oh boy, here we go. So we had the sun yesterday, right? Fire, yang fire. We had the sun as a message, but we also had a yang fire day, which is the sun. So fire, again, it's number 19. Fire is taking our actions to the heart, or our attitudes to the heart, our behaviors to the heart, or are we acting with love through our heart, the chalice of our heart in our day-to-day world? So when we act from a place of love, then we have the ability to feel and to trust the love trusting and feeling love. It's like, wow, right? So loving and trusting and loving, feeling and trusting, taking the initiation, the action to the streams, the cosmic juice, the chalice. But fire, once again, in a fire year in the Dagara cosmology, fire is consumerism. It's like consuming anything and everything that it touches, right? We consume here in the West. We consume to the point that we are out of balance. Yeah. But the flames of fire, solar flares even, that's reminding us of the fading, transient natures of reality, our inner fire. So how situations can quickly transform from beauty to chaos or back and forth. But fire is passion. It's a dancing flame. It's the kindling. It's inviting us to reach to the sky, to the sun, the heavenly realms, the warmth, the light, the juice, right? That's otherworldly. However, just knowing too much heat, too much fire can scorch us. It's like when the lawn gets burnt because there's not enough water, it becomes scorched. And to fully step into the energy of fire, to be entirely transformed, that's what fire does. It's the transformation station. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes from the south. That's where the phoenix comes in from, the south. Fire. Where the north is water, that's the turtle or the tortoise. So you may be feeling a little bit fiery, or are we? I'm on fire, but I'm not firing, right? Maybe you've been reactive, maybe a little short-tempered towards yourself or towards others even. This is in our day-to-day. So the messages come to tell us that all fiery emotions directed at others can actually backfire upon us. So this is what I call the power of return to sender. So it's not a good idea or a great one, right? To play with fire. So when we are out of balance or angry, or any emotion really, now is not the time to act or react. It's time to tame the fire. Add some water. Make friends with our inner fire so it doesn't actually scorch us, right? This is love. So be passionate. Be the passionate creator that you are. And I would say go to the waters. If I was creating a ritual, the waters, the flowing waters, or the calm, still waters, a lake. It's all circling back, right? I see all these crazy things. However, I actually pulled another card, our final message. I couldn't see who said the message. I know somebody said hi. So I pulled one anyway. It was a LinkedIn user. And sorry, I did see your comment, but I didn't see your name. So this is actually a bonus for the collective. Super juicy. But this is the drum. This is actually the energy frequency of tomorrow. So it's like I'm futuring into the threads, the 15 in the corner. So this is being mindful of our heart. We then open the chalice to receive the juice, the super juice, where our thoughts come in from spirit and our heart receives the memo. But the drum, who doesn't love a drum? I mean, I know I love my fire drum. I need the sun. I am fire. I do have to warm up my drum though, not gonna lie. But the rhythm of the drum, that tunes us to the beating heart of the galactic universe, the core, the earth herself, the cosmos. It's the both. It's this super juice is all I could say. But the frame, the wood frame, the elemental wood frame, that connects us to the trees. It's a linking system. It's a rooting system. It helps us to journey to the lower world through the roots and the upper world through the branches. So the skin, the animal, it's the power animal world, the shaman, the Weddemays, the fierce protectors, the citizens of the wild. So striking the drum literally calls forth the power of the thunder beings, the lightning, the rumbling of the earth, quaking. So the drum is inviting us to go into a trance-like state, induced by the drum, mind you. We don't need alternative medicines to take us there once we start connecting, right? So this is where healing and prophecy actually happen. So the drum herself is inviting us to take the next step in our journey. The forces of heaven and the earth, the other world, the physical, the earth plane, they're aligned, they are behind us, they are supporting us with no effort. It just is. So this isn't a time to push against the river, to dam things up. The current's going to take us exactly where we want to go and where we need to go, once we jump in, of course. So it's time to collect our power tools, all of them, whether that's sage, a rattle, a bell, I mean, whatever it is, your drum, make some noise, right? It's time to be wild. It's time to have courage. It's time to be in the glory of this otherworldly essence, this journey, just allowing ourselves to be carried by the frequencies, the sounds, the rhythm of what truly is essential in our day-to-day life. And I'll take that. I'll take the drum to opening doors to other realms, the fire to ignite, and also the gratitude of receiving it, the bolt of lightning, to spark the rattle in my bones. It's mystical, it's magical. So it's time to come up with ways, new ways of thinking. Our mind is perceiving our day-to-day value. That's the juice, bringing things into the earth plane. So it's not a great idea to ever see ourselves as valueless, right? Especially in the beacon of our mind's eye. So you too, at least, I know I've been in this stream since like a week ago. I don't know, something lit the fire, sparked me. I don't know. That's when like inside of me, I literally took on a new stream, a different attitude, a new potential, an otherworldly idea. Like how I think differently about my potential to manifest, what I wish to attract on the daily, to my garden, to my environment. It's like moving everything outside of my field that doesn't elevate. No negative Nellies, no negativity, right? Especially in the thought processor. So when we expand our thoughts to really elevate and think differently, we literally open a new doorway, a portal of what is possible, unlimited possibilities. And when we understand that, what we create becomes limitless. With a new attitude, life brings us new opportunities as well. So it's a simple essence of being mindful of what our heart belongs thinking our worth is, our value is in our day-to-day world. So it really is time to go to the mountain view, tell the mountain your secrets, get the elevated perspective. The channel really is open to deliver that through our solar plexus. So it's all kind of needing the waves, these conscious river streams, if you will. But on the elemental highway, because this is super saucy too, and honestly, I almost started with the elementals today, but I gravitated to my usual thing. However, on the elemental highway, we have a yin fire day. So it's been a few fiery days, right? It's not just the cards have been fiery, the sun, but the day masters have been fiery too. So we still have Utah rain in May, snow in April, but hey, my thing is the Earth's axis it's slowly moving to a new cycle herself. Just saying that out loud. The seasons are moving, so the axis is shifting. Just saying, just my opinion. However, it's a yin fire snake of a day. It's a ding sai. So our day is supported. Our day creates. Our day needs metal. And it also needs to share. It needs to communicate the story. It's a very yang day. Maybe begin to turn inward, cuddle up with a book, take a hot bath salts, minerals, a mineral bath. Mineral or metal is missing. It's hidden in the snake there, but metal, I would go with metal today. Not that we need a lot. Our day's actually pretty balanced, quite honestly. But the yin fire is a flame. It's a candle flame. I keep a fire candle, I'll say. Of course, my dad does live with me. So he's always building an in-home fire, but he needs fire. So elementals just balance out our threads, I'm telling you. But the yin fire, that's a candle flame. The candle flame, I have one constantly burning at my ancestor altar, which I talk about in this week's podcast. But our day is solid. It has an average strength, being in the season of the dragon. But we have fire right below, the snake, creating the dragon, the mountain. So we have plenty of yang wood to support our day. That is actually the key element for fire, yang wood. Both woods actually, but yang wood is the forest. We got a forest. So our day really is pretty balanced. We have metal in the snake. Our super god is the charmer. So the super gods come from the year, the day, and the month. I don't deal with the hours. So this is otherworldly. It always comes from the year. This is the ancestors, our lineage. It's global. It's outside of us. So I can't really share an internal god or an everyday super god for a person because I don't include the hour. But the charmer, as the name implies, this means that this person is charming or being charmed, right? They like to flirt. They seduce the opposite sex through conversation, words, possibly sexual innuendos. They're usually smooth, but polite talkers who can talk themselves and others out of any troubling situation. These are the ones they're able to calm the situation and look for nonviolent solutions and ways. Feels water to me, probably the yang water. But I would probably say utilize metal as the elemental to ground into. Metal is breathing, doing a breath ritual, working with stones, our bones, with the wisdom of the stones, the ancient wisdom that's carried in the stone. Take a bath, mineral bath. That's probably what I'm going to do later, minerals. You could spray on minerals. You have to think otherworldly, We get consumed with the day-to-day thinking. So it's like, whoo, go outside, your energetic field, right? But yin fire is a mimicker. They mimic restrained flickering of a lamp. So they reflect, they kindle on people who are under this sign. They're discreet, they're meticulous, subtle. So this is like the subtle energy field, if you will. They look polished, maybe a little mild on the surface, but that really is an understatement of their true authentic personality. Eventually they do warm up once you get to know them, but this energy is also expandable. So they can easily burst from the candle into a fire, into a huge flame, burning everything on their path. So they're considered to be very intellectual thinkers. They love to learn all new things in their quest. It's a quest to inspire. So given their disposal for new knowledge, they can pay a lot of attention to the fine little details, but at the same time, they can be worrywarts, like the sky is falling. So their minds are changeable like the winds, the air, especially when their emotions are on the line. So given their unstable mindset, these people can become prickly, like fire, sparks of fire, or also impulsive. So it's impossible to really know authentically where you stand with them. They're devoted, especially towards their parents, their ancestors. They have a tendency to sacrifice their happiness over others. So they need constant reminding to actually put themselves first, especially when it comes to people close to them. They think to exhaustion because they see things from more than one perspective. They probably see into the subtle realms, the other worlds, when it comes to the finite details. So they can look into the heart, the streams of the heart in every issue, and just probing into all those orbs, atoms, possibilities, right? So they may be too open or really open to new ideas, but you can also count on them to be a critic if the facts aren't backed up by any proof. So it's like that balancing thread. They enjoy learning, they like community, they want to be in groups, a village. Even though they're open to new ideas, they really tend to be more conservative. They really don't embrace the controversial ones. So they're beyond their comfort zone if it's too much, sporadic, right? So they tend to make decisions really swift, so they don't dawdle around in their decision making, especially when they need to make a choice. However, they tend to follow the standard procedures. It's hard to have the radical perspectives. So these people love to bring light, the sun, the flicker of a candle actually, and to nurture others. So that's their prime directive. It's a purpose for them. It fulfills them in their life, whether it's guiding or teaching, stuff like that just comes natural. That is their talent. That is their gift, right? So in essence, a yin fire person is fragile like candlelight, especially on a windy day, air. And, that's how air and the forest kind of melds together. Don't ask where my thing goes. It's crazy. But when these people fail in achieving something, that's when they really easily get discouraged. And if that's the case, they truly need support from somebody who's more experienced to literally put them back on the path, get them back on track. So our day, being born in the spring, is very strong. It's going to function its best if there's a good supply of wood, which we have, and also yang metal. Our day only has a little bit in storage there, but that actually tells me that their mate or their partner is going to assist them. So it's like this hidden gem in storage. It's like a treasure. Yeah, it's a treasure box that only comes out when needed, or their mate possibly comes from money or wealth. They may have an inheritance coming towards them. So this really is a winning combo for our day. The yang wood supplying the fuel to get our day going. We've got the dragon there, creation of something, the mountain, and metal. We need metal. we do have metal. The yang metal gives them purpose. And this is where yin fire forges the yang metal into that useful tool, an amulet. And again, a yin fire person doesn't like yin water. That goes against them. This is like the horse and the rat. It's not a healthy combination. They can handle the yang water, which we do have on the year there, the Ren. But yin fire, quick thinkers, they pay attention to details. They're devoted to the people that are close to them. They are kind. They are thoughtful. They're inspiring. They're fire. They're warm and they're loving. Serena Williams, Sean Connery, Sean Penn, 2 Seans there, Woody Harrelson, just to name a few people with this day master. So with the elements, the cosmos, the messages, you too may be taking your thoughts to an elevated level, a new attitude on life, a new synchronicity on life, just realizing or coming to realize the higher we attune to our sound body, to our spiritual acumen, that really is an essence and element, an energetic center, a subtle field that's unique to each and every one of us. That is our karmic structure, the history of our soul, even soulmates, taking us to this ascension path, which honestly, I think we got to descend all the way before we can ascend all the way. And then we're all multidimensional, making different harmonics all over. So just consider your thoughts and all of your thinking, what is your heart's opinion of them? So your heart's going to feel the streams, the connection of those streams with what is the right approach, what is the right stream. So you may also feel a breakthrough in your channels, the streams of understanding, having an experience possibly that's otherworldly, seeing through the eyes of source, your prime directive, streaming into an understanding of consciousness in the pursuit of your wisdom, the ancient wisdom of where you do belong. So it's time to come up with a new spirited language, inspirited language, streams of light, possibly even a light language, just saying. So today is, it's talking, it's communication kind of a day. So just know where you do and you do not belong in those trails, those streams of thoughts. Sometimes being illogical is pretty innovating too. So with the heart's chalice, the solar plexus, the earth star, and actually we also have the star that we are online, the presence of who you are. It really is online. So I would stream from the ethers down to and through our heart to our solar plexus and down to the earth, streaming our new attitude of gratitude for life, the blessings that we have. You could utilize the seed sounds of the heart, the personal stream sound, which is a personal etheric sound that is unique to each and every one of us. Yours is yours, mine is mine. So kind of feel into that frequency, that vibration, that note, if you will. It's a higher harmonic that really lights up our essence. For me, sometimes it comes when Metatron comes in. It's intense. Just flushes it all out. So we can yam if we want, the heart center, yam, or we can ram, the solar plexus. All of these are in the show notes, or both. And just releasing it into the earth star, possibly drumming, whatever, rattle if you want. And also, I should say, the sound of metal to give fire a job. I mean, we have the drum, we have fire, we have lightning. Those are two similars in the elementals. And we have a giveaway. So make your list and allow your heart to be your guide, your beacon, to think higher, to think richer, to be the teacher. We have a yin fire day. So be mindful of your thoughts, what your heart values in your day-to-day environment. Sometimes we have to cleanse our environment of people that are lowering our frequency, our vibration, our values, right? Some people do that. They're just in the muddle field. You can't help them, the negativity, right? So it really is time to think higher of ourselves, to put value in our thoughts and in our essence, and just knowing that we are the ultimate creators of our reality, those thought chains. Sometimes we got to break the chain. They create thought forms. That's how thought forms are created, is through the chains of thoughts. So I would affirm that I am mindful of my thoughts in my chalice and innovating them with sprouts of value. See your value sprouting in your inner heart's fire, the yin fire, the inner yin fire. So with that, InShalla and Ashe, blessings as always, and make it a magical day. And as always, I'll see you on the other side. Blessings. Thanks for tuning in.